What is up, guys? Welcome to the Being Beautifully Honest podcast and channel. Thanks for being here, being subbed. If you're not, hit the button. And if you're listening on YouTube, hit the like. It's like walking in the room and hitting that light switch. Let's brighten up the place and get into this conversation. I only wanted to talk about this real quick because when I saw that Camron and Mase from their podcast called It Is What It Is, which is primarily a sports podcast, I just wanted to share what they had to say and give my thoughts on it, because I feel that what they're saying, there is some truth to it. Obviously, there's some truth to it when it comes to family and how family can treat you. I know all too well, not even getting into my own situation, but I had a blood relative. We have the same parents, but I always say that is no longer my sibling, because to do something like this person did to me, you couldn't be my sibling, even if we have the same mom and dad. But yeah, family, they can do you dirty, they can do you in, and all of those things. But there are multiple stories that people can share about how, I wouldn't even say a loved one, a family member did them. But in this situation with Kobe Bryant, which I shared my thoughts on before, I just don't agree. But let me just go ahead and share what they had to say.
So is it verified that they're selling the ring? Because, and I want to ask that before I make this statement. Is it verified that that Vanessa Bryant and the Kobe estate is not doing anything for the parents?
It's not verified. I'm going off of hearsay, what I've seen on the news. But my logic was, why would you be in a situation even selling a ring? Right? If you don't need something, like people who sell should be fucked up. You know what I mean? That's just my understanding. If I'm wrong, I'm man enough to say that I'm wrong if it comes out later on. But This was just my assumption.
Yeah, so we're just speaking hypothetically. So when it comes, the reason why I say that, because history has shown a little bit that Kobe and his parents wasn't on the best of terms because of their relationship. That's what it seems like in the public and from news that I've read in times past. And I think that could play a part into why they're selling the ring. Sometimes with family members be so hurt by other family members that your family could sometimes do you the worst. And it could be worse than what you would get in the street. So, and as much as that don't seem true, if you look back at even Kobe's his funeral, his parents didn't really speak much at the funeral. So all of that plays a role into what we're seeing right now. We would have to definitely find out, why weren't they talking much in the funeral? You had everybody else speaking. Why weren't they speaking? So it lets you know that there's some inner working turmoil in that family. But like you said, it could be that they feel like she turned them against the family. So this is a touchy situation.
Like Mo said, everybody know Kobe wasn't fucking with his parents. Kobe wasn't fucking with his parents because his parents wasn't fucking with Vanessa. Met Vanessa at a young age. They told him, you bugging out. You don't need to get with this girl. You're going to meet 100 girls. He went against his parents, ended up meeting Vanessa, ended up being his wife. We didn't hear too much about her scandals or fucking other niggas or anything else or running the streets, anything. So I get it as a parent and you have a young child in the NBA and you're trying to look out for him. But Kobe chose his girl, and his girl, as far as I know, held him down and never got caught cheating. Kobe got caught cheating, and she didn't leave. And she could have went divorced and tried to get half of it, and she stuck with him. He bought her the $4 million ring when that happened as a gift, but...
as a gift. Give me a freaking break. A $4 million ring as a gift. If he wanted to get her a gift, he would have gotten her a $4 million ring before he got caught cheating. Okay. So the trying to be nicey because Kobe Bryant lost his life the way that he did, and people trying to be nicey because Vanessa is his widow. It's the truth is just what the truth is. And he didn't get her a $4 million ring because he was just wanting to gift her this amazing gift. That was a guilt gift. Okay.
As a gift, but she could have got more than a $4 million ring. So I think that over all these years, there's still been animosity towards her for the parents. And look, she may have some animosity towards the parents as well. Like, yeah, you thought I was one of them, and I'm not one of them. Like now, it's a messed up situation because they don't get to see their grandkids. They don't have any communication. If it was a cool situation, then Vanessa could sit there and say, look, I'll buy the ring. Give me the ring. Or I'll send you a little bit of what's coming in my way because she inherited everything. So I'm not blaming her really because she may feel like y'all thought I was a hoe this whole time and I wasn't. And y'all snubbed me. Not only snubbed me, snubbed your son. Not only snubbed your son, don't have a relationship with your grandkids.
See, the thing that people need to realize is that I am quite sure that, and I talked about this years ago. Again, I'll put the link to that in the description box because I found it interesting that Mase brought up the memorial. It wasn't the funeral, it was the memorial. And that the parents didn't speak at the memorial. And that's one of the main things that I discussed, right? But I feel that when people talk about, well, the son, Kobe, didn't have a relationship with his parents, I'm quite sure they still wanted to have a relationship with him as well as their grandchildren. And yeah, at some point in time, you got to kind of let your pride down and say, well, our son, he's still married to this woman or whatever. But we don't know what was happening behind the scenes. But what we do know is her own mom sued her. I feel like that speaks more to Vanessa than what people really want to admit. Some people do, but of course it's not the popular opinion because unfortunately he lost his life, and her being the widow, people would see any, I wouldn't even say negative, but some people may call it negative, but people may see any unfavorable things being spoken about her as bashing her or hating on her, or how are you going to talk about this woman when she lost her husband? But her own mom sued her. So I just, and I do believe that the parents were trying to have a relationship with Kobe, but because in his pride, as well as probably the pillow talk from Vanessa over the years, it kept that wedge between them, because I don't think that the parents were just still harping on the fact that we told you not to marry this girl. We told you you're young. You're about to go into this career, and we don't want you to get taken advantage of, because like May said, he was the one caught cheating, not her. Now, we don't know if she had her scandal. She possibly could have. I don't know. I'm not putting that on her. But not everybody sees adultery as a cause for ending a relationship. It's not everyone's situation. And honestly, it would be more beneficial for her to stay with him. And not saying she knew this was going to happen. Of course, she didn't know that. But allow somebody else to come in and take her spot. That's kind of like that Beyonce song, Ring the Alarm. I'll be damned if I see another bee on your arm. It's like, that's how I feel. She saw it. So no, I'm not going anywhere. So her sitting there at the press conference that he had years ago, where she was rubbing his hand and looking at him as he was sitting there crying about committing adultery against his wife or on his wife, those looks that she were giving him was like, yeah, you're going to pay for this forever. Okay.
Now, you're auctioning your son's ring. So 2 things with that.
Yeah.
It's even like Mo said, maybe they need the money, or maybe they just like, we don't want to even have a reminder. I'm going to go with Mo and say they need the money. Because me personally, even if you want to sell the ring, it didn't have to be done publicly. There's so many people that love Kobe Bryant that have money. It just could have been under the table that could have got done. This shouldn't have been a public issue, but it turned into a public issue. And I'll end it with this. Go to what Gilbert Arenas said, you know, and not about this situation, about would you rather have $300 million and no championship or $50 million and a championship? And Gilbert Arenas like, I was Googling NBA championship rings. Them shit's going for $6,200 right now.
Yeah.
Give me the $300 million and no rings.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just had switched topics. Like, it made me think about it. Like, the fuck is the rings worth? If Kobe ring is $94,000, a regular nigga that was on the team shit is $2,200.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's my take on that.
Okay, so, and I don't know who the other guy was, but the other guy saying, well, I don't know why they would be selling a ring. Well, one, it's none of your business as to why they're selling it, but obviously they need the money. And it's not like they came out and made a statement or did a press conference to say, we're selling our sons. And not that it matters. I don't care if it was the original, but they're selling the replica. They're selling the replica. And they obviously knew that this was something that was going to garner them like a significant amount of money that I believe they need, not just because they want it, but they'll always have the memory of their son. Unfortunately, that's all they have. But honestly, that's all they've had. That's all they've really had for a longer period of time than since he passed away, because Kobe didn't have a relationship with them. And were it not for Vanessa, I don't believe that it would have been that way, you know? So, yeah, it is true that sometimes family, they can do you in and do you the worst. But I don't like that statement being put on his parents, because were it not for his parents, he wouldn't be who he was today. It's not like Kobe's dad was some deadbeat who was not in his life, was paying child support from time to time, and, you know, didn't really have a relationship with him growing up. Like, no, that wasn't the case. I'm not going to go into all of it, but I've actually spoken to people who grew up in Philly near where his parents and Kobe grew up. And a lot of people have a lot of things to say about Kobe that actually are not the nicest. I'm not going to go into it because it's not my story. And I'm not here to put a stain on his character and on his name, because he's no longer here and whatever. But I don't have any reason to doubt these people that I've spoken to about him and about how he changed. So to me, I do not have an issue with them selling the ring. I don't care if it was the original. I don't care if it was the replica. It wouldn't matter to me. And I'm actually happy to see that a lot of people do agree with me, because when I came out to speak about it, I was thinking, oh, here we go. People are going to come windmilling in the comment section because I'm speaking, you know, my mind and sharing my thoughts on the situation. But yeah, a lot of people were agreeing with me and saying, look, they obviously need the money. I hope they get a lot for it. You know, it is a sad situation ultimately overall, but as much money as Vanessa has, she could help them out, but she's not going to. She didn't even help her own mom out. The only reason why her mom got some money is because her mom sued her, and they settled the lawsuit out of court with her not admitting any wrongdoing. Okay? So with that being said, I would love to know what you guys think about it. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks so much for being here, for liking and subscribing. I'm Beth, just being beautifully honest. So until next time, I wanted to keep it brief, beautiful, and now I'm going to say bye.